JB here with the Fastpack Lightspeed VX. VX meaning it's made out of the X-Pack VX21 on the outside and VX07 on the inside. Also has AquaGuard zippers throughout on the outside and actually on the inside. This is the latest edition created from your feedback, so it reduces some of the extraneous external features, saves a little bit of weight, makes it a little bit easier to build. But again, we'll go over some of the differences between this and the previous editions. I'm also going to talk about some of the features of the Fastpack Lightspeed, and we're going to go through some of the accessories just released all in this VX LT configuration. So we'll go over that in the second part of this video. But standout features of this 22-liter bag. It's about 20 inches tall. Put some other dimensions here to the left. My left, your right. And the VX edition is available in two different colors. This is black. It's also available in slate. It's also available in two different configurations. This one is the standard edition. So it has webbing on the front and the side, PALS webbing for attachment of the accessories. The sterile edition doesn't have anything on the front or the side. This edition of the bag doesn't have, either one doesn't have any webbing on the bottom, but we still have attachment straps to put a heavier load, a bedroll, that type of thing on the bottom of the bag. Both of the sterile and the standard edition come with the same transport tail, which can be completely removed. We'll do that here in a little bit, or show you how to do it. And so it's both sterile on the front. It does still have the pocket on the bottom, so you can carry a taller item such as a rifle. Butt of the rifle up here, secure the rest on the top, and use these clips to secure it along the bottom. Again, more about that in a little bit. This version of the bag, the latest since the 2022 Covenant and Armory editions, includes this new front quick access pocket, which is awesome. Full depth of the front panel of the bag, and it is, again, lined with VX07. The top pocket is identical to previous editions, has some admin, 2 rows of admin to further organize whatever you're putting in this top quick access pocket. Still have a hydration exit port, Hypalon lined handle, no 550 cord lashed through this one like previous editions. Just one thing that was taken out. The back panel is the new designed back panel. Very comfortable and padded, has the Triple Out Design logo inside, and also the wider shoulder straps. Again, still has the load lifters and sternum strap included in this design. Webbing options are slightly different from previous. This one has 3 1-inch PALS webbing options in the front for you to add some of the accessories. The side has just 4 rows, with the second of the 4 is a 2-inch option for bigger, heavier items to be secured. Inside of the bag is no different from previous editions for the most part. Let's do this. 2 internal pockets mesh to let you see whatever's being stowed inside. On the back panel, no different. Same 3 attachment points on each side, 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, 2 for a control panel and 1 for a hydration bladder. Installed in this one, as we sort of drift into accessories, this is control panel 2. Control panel 2 has drop-in options, a zip pocket, and webbing to further secure other accessories that we'll get into here in a second. Again, attaches by slick clips and straps on the bottom and on the top, which obviously doesn't come with this, so that's how you install it, using the slick clips which are included with the control panel. This version of the control panel also has just Velcro loop on the back, so you could use patches or some other third-party accessories that have the hook end of the Velcro to attach to the back panel, or obviously you can install this flipped over. That's control panel 2, which is again VX, offered right now in black and slate to match whichever bag you get, or to contrast with it if that's the option you choose. Other options that are available right now, before we get into the install process, is the OP1, the context organizer. We have booster pods, both double and single, and the GPP1 and the GPP2, along with the control panel version 1, which is still available right now. Control panel version 1. Control panel 1 has 2 pockets on one side and webbing all along the other side. So you can completely deck this thing out with whatever you want it to. This one just has a single GPP2. Then you could put a single booster pod on the top. Another option for this is to put either single or double a GPP1, so you could do that way, or any configuration really of these, just to your heart's content. Just make sure you give yourself enough room to access any of these accessories that are, again, all available right now. These are the LT versions, which just have webbing, no Velcro on the back, but they all come with slick clips to either attach in this, I would say, horizontal method or vertical, but of course it depends on how you put it on the bag. So let's talk about customizing and some options and how to do it. First of all, let's talk about the transport tail. The transport tail can either be used to carry bigger, bulkier items like a helmet or whatever you have that's not going to fit inside the bag. You can completely use this to transport it to wherever you want. You can also just completely remove it. To remove it, you have to unclip 4 attachment points and then the 2 at the bottom. Pro tip on just staying organized with all this equipment is to buckle it first and then remove it, mostly because of the way that I'm going to show you how to remove it. The second thing is that will also keep these buckles sort of squared away. The way what I'm saying is this is male to female, because when you carry a rifle you want to be able to cinch it in so you have opposite ends. This prevents you from installing the wrong ones on the wrong side and then figuring it out after you try to click it back together. So click all 4 of those and then you'll remove the bottom piece at the end. To remove all 4 attachment points, I've found the easiest way to do it is just to completely unroll the web dominators, which are installed everywhere. Anywhere you have a strap, you're going to find a web dominator, which is great. Just completely remove that, funnel it through the buckle, both obviously twice. Pull that through here. And then again. And then this will just pull out from the other end very simply. The other way to do it is to basically pull this little piece out, flip it over itself and feed it through, but I've found that most of the time the way these are cut off, there's a little too much material to pull it through there easily. You can get some pliers and pull it through there, but again, this is as I've found, the most frustration-free way to do that, and I'll highly recommend funneling this piece back through the buckle so you don't lose it. Keep everything attached and together so that when you want to reinstall this, you have all your pieces and parts all connected. So again, feed that through and then attach the web dominator back to the end of this again, just so you can keep everything together and organized. And that's what I would do there. So that's one of them removed. Again, do it 4 more times, and then you're off to the races. For the rest of this, we'll keep those attached, and then the bottom piece just comes out like this, and you are done. Transport tail completely removed. Again, remove those other 3 pieces, buckle it all up, and then you're good. So let's just put this aside for now and talk about the rest of the accessories, because if I'm going to accessorize the outside of this pack, I'm just not going to have the transport tail with it. Kitting the outside of the bag. Now, you do have a big canvas on the front of this on whatever you want to do. I'm going to go, let's just talk the sides. I'm going to put booster pods on either side of this bag. And then for the front, you could either go OP1. You could, I wouldn't go contacts organizer. You could go GPP2. Again, fits about the same footprint, a little smaller than the OP1. Or you could go GPP1. It really depends on what you're going to put in there and what you want quickly accessible. For me, we're going to go OP1, mostly because this gives me an external pocket and it allows me to completely unzip this thing, get into whatever I have, use it, and then reseal it up and get on my merry way. It really just depends on how you configure these. Now, to attach it, you have slick clips. Again, comes with all the accessories already attached. You can either put it in a vertical or horizontal. Because the straps are horizontal, I'm going vertical on the slick clips. This will just click in, and I'm not even going to do the bottom part right now, just so we can kind of show it in its current configuration. But you would, as you go into the field, close all the end of the slick clips so things are completely secured. But until I figure out how I want this, I'm just going to leave it unclipped. Same thing with these double booster pods. Now, it depends on how you want it oriented. Because I'm going to lay the bag down like this to access everything, I'm going to put the pockets on the top. But you could, if you weren't going to use it that way, and maybe you're going to set the bag down for the accessing these booster pods, you could just do it the other way. So either way, I have these. This one's actually over here, just because I have these hanging in a certain way. Now you can go from the top, from the bottom. It's really your option. I'm going to go from the top. One consideration is if you decided to have the transport tail still attached, the routing of the straps that hold the transport tail in place may interfere with that. So you would probably want to go the lower two sections if you were going to keep the transport tail, just because, like I said, where these straps are attached, you either have to go behind or around. So really, again, completely configurable for how you plan to go about your outdoor adventure. Again, just hanging there in place so we can kind of assess how we have it, make some changes later if we wanted to, without having to reattach or rework on all these slick clips, because they can be a bit problematic. That is how this thing looks with booster pod, double booster pods, and the OP1 on the front. That's how I would plan to roll with this thing. Inside options for the light speed, you have, again, doesn't matter which of these control panels you use or buy to install things. Again, the control panel 1 has just the webbing, no pockets. This control panel 2 has webbing and pockets. So that's why I have this one configured, because if you configure things on top of it, you would not necessarily have easy access to any of the zippers on the inside. Another pro tip is when you're installing the control panels, just turn this thing inside out to get easy access to the clips. Same thing for the bottom, it can be done. You just turn this thing inside out to get full access to the back panel. Just makes it easy. Then you can completely fix it back to its normal configuration and go to town. Again, this one has the single booster pod and a GPP2. That's, again, how you would be configured in here. Complete, quick, and easy access. Again, you could put the booster pod single up there. GPP1 fits in a myriad of places. You can fit it in this pocket on the top. It'll fit on the front pocket, or fit in the bottom pocket, and then just kind of goes everywhere. So that is the GPP1. The context organizer depends on how you're going to use it. If you're using it as a DOP kit, you might just throw it in here so you can quickly remove it and use the hooks to hang and use it as a DOP kit. For me, I have it configured as a trauma kit, so all I have in here is a tourniquet, quick clot, some other bandages, scissors, that kind of stuff, quick and access stuff for a trauma situation. So I don't want this thing lashed anywhere, because I'm going to take it out and I'm going to use it. If anything, you might just hang it from the top so it stays at the top of the FastPack Lightspeed, so you can have quick and easy access to a trauma kit in my configuration. So there it is, the FastPack Lightspeed VX. VX21 on the outside, AquaGuard zippers, completely configurable for whatever your mission entails, from urban to the outdoor adventures you have on tap. So there it is. Check out the website for more information.